We are go for liftoff in T-minus 30. Roger that, Houston. All systems 5 by 5.
Ready for liftoff? 10,
9,
8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff!
we're bounce patrol, astronauts, we travel the galaxy. Flying through outer space is where we love to be. We float in.
Hello and welcome to another session of Planet Art. How are you all today? I'm so pleased to see you. Thanks for joining. Now today, I've got 2 clues what we're going to make. Hop, hop, hop. One is here. Hello, can you guess what we might be making? Hello. I'm normally brown and I've got very long ears and I do like nibbling on carrots. And I've got some on my head. We're going to make an Easter bunny, a funky one, because mine isn't brown, is it? No, mine is sort of nice and red, isn't it? And I made it from, what do you think I used? Can you see? This is the lid of something. Go to the supermarket and we buy a box with these, and that's the lid. And in the box, there are 6 or sometimes 12 of something that chickens have laid. Yeah, it's an egg box, isn't it? So I've got one here and hopefully you have one too. So we're just going to use the lid for the face of the bunny. And then for the nose, we've used one of these little, well, the little boxy things where the eggs sit in. So that's what we're going to make today. As you can see here, I've got this one over here. So that's pink and it's got spotty ears and it's got orange whiskers. And this one is obviously red. So you can make whatever colour you want, whichever bunny you want to make. So I think my next one is going to be yellow. So I've got some yellow paint ready. And the nose I'm going to do in purple. I think it'd be quite nice. Yellow and purple looks quite good together, doesn't it? So hopefully, because you had the list, I'm sure you've got all the things you need so we can get started, can't we? So first of all, your scissors, and then let's snip off your egg box. Let's snip off the lid. Snip, snip, that's it. Just take the lid off and then put this part of the egg to the side. And then with your lid, as you can see, mine still has the paper on telling us where the eggs have come from. So it's normally quite easy to tear it off. So see if you can do that. Find a little corner. That's it. And then just pull it off. And if it doesn't all come off, that's all right too. We'll just try, because then it's a bit easier to cover the whole box with paint. Now this one is a bit tricky to get off. How about yours? Is yours easy? My last one pulled off all in one piece, but this one is a bit more tricky. Well, that's okay, because we do have time, don't we? Now look, it is actually coming off. If you keep going, you'll eventually get it all off, I think. There. Oh. So yes, not long until Easter now, is it? So we've already made some rocking hens and some chirpy chicks, if you've been joining in with Planet Arts lessons. So today we thought we could make an Easter bunny. And then maybe next week something else to do with Easter. Now, I think this is as good as it gets with my box. How about yours? Just that last little bit won't come off. But that is all right. It doesn't matter. So find your paintbrush and your first colour. Remember the colour that you want your bunny's face to be. So I'm going to make a yellow one. So cover your egg box all over with the colour that you've chosen. There. So as you can see, the label is still shining through it, but it doesn't matter, because in the end we'll still have to stick on some eyes and the nose and the whiskers, and then it just won't show. So that's all right. We might have a darker colour than me, and then that covers better anyway, doesn't it? So get into the little gaps as well. Make sure we don't see any more of the cardboard, because we don't really want a sort of beigey bunny, do we? That would be a little bit dull. We want a nice colourful one. That's the nice thing with art. We can just do whatever we want. It's called being creative. And that is what we are. We don't just want, I mean, of course, bunnies are brown mainly, aren't they? We don't just want brown bunnies, do we? Brown is a nice colour, but it's probably not the most exciting one, is it? Normally, when you say to people, oh, what's your favourite colour? They don't really say brown, do they? Wonder if any of you have brown as a favourite colour. Now, my favourite colour, which you probably, if you join in for Planet Art regularly, like every week, by now you would have known that my favourite colour is pink. What's yours? Let me know. Now, there we are. I just did a fairly thin layer of paint, just because we obviously want the box to dry as soon as possible. So let's put that to the side to dry. You all painted your boxes? Brilliant. Well done. So I'm putting that box to the side and my paint. We won't need this paint anymore, so that can just go to the side. Now, I've got my old cloth here that I reuse every week. I'm just going to wipe my hands in there. So you might also have an old cloth or maybe a paper towel. So let's have a little wipe. Brilliant. Now, next step. So we've got the face. What about these? The ears. How can we make those? How can we make this shape? And I was actually thinking about that. I thought, how could you make those shapes? And I was thinking, if you get your cardboard, like your old cereal box like I have, or just a piece of card, put it down on the table. Put your hand like this, fingers really nicely put together. So not like this. Don't draw around your hands like this. Oops, my ring is coming off. Squeeze them together like that. Can you do that? And squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. That's it. So we want them like this. Actually, this ring is in the way. Taking it off. So there. And then we put this onto the card like that. And then we draw around it. And then if we cut that out, that should hopefully look like an ear. Let me try it. Now let me find my pen. And here we are. So I'm doing it in black. Let me just do it once so that you can see it. So I'm putting my hand down like this and I'm just going round. Whoops. And you can see it's sort of like a bunny's ear. It's not bad, is it? So this is how I did it. Hand on there. Let me try if I can do it like this. Hand on there. Fingers nice and tight together. So we don't want that, because then we would have an ear like this, and that's not good, is it? We want this sort of ear. Just like that. So hand down like this, and then, oh, let me see if I can do it. You draw around. Whoop. Higgledy piggledy. It doesn't really matter, because we can tidy it up a bit when we're cutting it out, can't we? Now, oh, look, and I drew my hand. So obviously it's much easier if you do it on the table. But can you see? They sort of look like bunny ears. And that is what we want, because we're making a bunny. Brilliant. Well done. Now where's my lid? Perfect. So see if you can do that. And it'll actually look nicer with your hands, because your hands will be a bit smaller than mine. So it'll look even better. Brilliant. So let's just wait till everybody's drawn around theirs. Let's think of a bunny fact. You know, I've put my carrots on today, because we always think bunnies eat carrots all the time, don't we? But actually, it's not too good for them to eat too many carrots, because carrots are very sweet. So they can only have sort of half a carrot every other day. So not even each day. It's a treat for them. If they have too many carrots, they get a bit of an upset tummy. So I didn't actually know that, because we just think bunnies eat carrots all the time, don't they? And they actually really like green vegetables. Like if they find a carrot, they would probably start by nibbling off the green bits on top of the carrots, the leaves. They really like green vegetables, and that's very good for them, isn't it? And grass, of course. Yes, so that's what they like to eat. Now, oh yes, we need to cut these out, don't we? Or should we paint them first? Actually, do you think you can be really clever and paint your ears first and then we cut them out, because then we don't make a mess on our lovely table? I know we've got a cloth, but it would be even better to paint them first. So I think, so my bunny is yellow. I might do yellow ears as well. Or I might do purple, I don't know. Maybe I'll do purple ears this time. Let's make him really funky. What about you? Will you do your bunny's ears the same colour as your bunny's face? I wonder. So yes, mine's going to have purple ears. That'd be nice. So I'm not putting on the paint too thick, just fairly thin, hoping that it'll dry soon. That's always the thing, isn't it, with painting things? We have to wait until it dries. And sometimes we can't wait to get on with our lovely craft, can we? Do you know what bunnies also like to eat sometimes? They eat the bark of trees. Do you know what the bark is? It's the outside, the rough bit around the trees. Sometimes they really like to nibble on that. And I think it's because their teeth just keep growing and growing and growing. And if they didn't nibble on hard things like that, they would just grow, 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 grow. Even my bunny's teeth are quite long, aren't they? So they like to nibble and sort of sharpen them almost on the bark of the tree. It's good, isn't it? They're very clever by the sounds of it. So we've got our bunny's head and the ears. Look, oh, coming along nicely. So that's drying. What we could do while we're waiting, put that to the side. Shall we draw out the eyes next? Shall we do that? So I've got, obviously, just like that. So they're just two circles, aren't they? So I've got some scrap paper over here, some white paper. Look, someone tried to draw a heart on here and then it was just in the scrap bin. So I'm just drawing two circles for my bunny's eyes, and you can do the same. Let me do it. So, right, if I do it like this, so one, whoop, and I'm trying to get the other one the same size, and two, brilliant. And then we do the little black circle in the middle, the pupil. There, that'd be quite good bunny ears, eyes, aren't they? So perfect. Excuse me. And then we're going to cut these out. So get your scissors, everybody. And then we'll just cut them out. When I have a big piece of paper and drawn something small on it, I always cut it into a little piece first, and then I do it really neatly. I find that's a bit easier. There. So, see, cutting out the eye. Snip, snip, snip. There. There's one. And here comes the other one. Snip, snip, snip. It's nice, isn't it, making bunnies? I love Easter. Such a nice time for making things. There. Perfect. Two bunny eyes. Great. Now, what else can we make? Oh, yes. A bunny's nose. Made from another part of our egg box. Now, this is a little bit tricky. And if you think you need help, you might have to ask your adult to come and just help you cut this out. So we have to actually cut in here. Let me cut the little flap off so you can see better what I'm doing. Cut it in here. Look, and then can you see cutting down the middle line here? So you see these two, and then down the middle, right in there. And then again from this side, right down here. It is a little bit tricky and fiddly. I think you can do it, but if you think you can't, just ask for a little bit of help. It's all right, isn't it? There. So, and then you snip all the way up. You know the pokey bit in there? This, you snip all the way up it, and then you sort of get it out. Oh, look, just hanging on, and then you go snip, And then we just have to tidy it up a bit, and then it'll make a beautiful nose. So we'll just snip around a bit so that it's sort of the same length everywhere, these little bits, that they're all the same. So if you were to put it onto your hand, that it would be flat like that. Yeah, can you see? Great. Nose, bunny nose. Now, what colour? So I'm going to paint mine purple, because then I've got the yellow bunny with purple ears and a purple nose. That should look lovely. How about you guys? What colours are you using? Or you might just want to use one colour. Completely up to you. That's the brilliant thing, isn't it? Oh, I'm making a mess here of my hands. But that's all right. I think it's quite lovely making a mess. There. Perfect. Do you know mummy rabbits can actually give birth to not one, not two, not 3, 4 or 5, but 14 babies all in one go. Can you imagine that? 14! Huge amount! Gosh, can you imagine? Here's my nose. And the baby bunnies are called the same as little baby cats. Do you know what they're called? Exactly, they're kittens, aren't they? So baby bunnies are called kittens. Tell you what, imagine if you had 13 brothers or sisters all in one go. That would be a busy family, wouldn't it? Yes, so that's another fact. How are your noses getting on? Mine is here, mine is quite wet, so I'll put that to dry. In fact, I might give that a little dab. If you've got a paper towel or an old cloth, maybe give it a little dab if you've used a bit much paint like I have. There. And it'll dry quicker. Great, so we've got those bits. I think what we could do next, cut out the ears. Mine have actually dried. How about yours? Look at that. Brilliant. So I'm going to cut these out. Let's find our scissors. And as you can see, you can't really see where I drew them before. But we can just sort of cut them into shape, can't we? Actually really useful drawing around our hands like that. Yeah. Sometimes it's great when we need a special shape. We can just look on our body if it might be somewhere on our body. Like this. We didn't know we had a shape useful for bunny ears on our bodies, did we? No, I didn't. Perfect. There's one. I'll snip this off. There. Like an aubergine. One. And then the other one. Oh. There. And again, as per usual with Planet Art, we're reusing and recycling because we're recycling an old cereal box, aren't we? Or whatever you might have. You might recycle something else. You might have got your card from something else. Maybe a shoe box or something. I like these cereal boxes. They're actually really good. It's just the right sort of card for things. Perfect. Now, so my rubbish can go away. I'm putting that out of the way. There. 2 bunny ears. Yay, this is getting good. We're getting somewhere now. Now, in the middle of the ears, as you can see, well, here I've done spots on this one. But on this one, I've put a little bit of paper in, and I thought we could do that too. And then you could either colour that in or even do a pattern on it or dip your fingers in paint like I did here and do a lovely pattern on it. So what we'll have to do here, get a piece of white or any other colour card paper. Not card, paper. Fold it corner to corner. There. And then you only have to draw around your hand like we did before. Remember, fingers tucked together. You only have to do that once And then what happens? What magically happens if we cut that out? Do we end up with 1 inside of an ear or 2? 2, exactly. That's a clever thing about folding. Now, as earlier, this is a little bit tricky doing it like this, but ooh, you get the idea, don't you? So like that. But now what we have to do, we have to cut this smaller because otherwise it's going to be exactly the same size as this ear. So you have to be clever here. And I trust you. I know you can be. Look, watch what I'm doing. I'm not cutting exactly on the line, am I? I'm going right in. Can you see that? I'm cutting inside of my black line. Whoops. And I'm going all the way down and I'm doing the same all the way around. Just cutting inside the black line. See that? Look. And then you end up with the same shape that you wanted, but smaller, which is again what you wanted. Obviously, they stuck together, so just open it up, and where the little folded line is, just go snip, snip. There. And then you've got 2 insides for the bunny's ears. Perfect. So let's stick them on with our glue sticks. Hop. Pop a bit of glue on the back. Here. Glue all over it. Whoop. Both of them. Both of the white bits in the ears. Whoop. There. And then I'll stick them in there. 1. Oh, it's a bit wonky, but that's all right. We don't mind wonky, do we? And another one. Hep. Perfect. 2 bunny ears. So what I did on this one, I did a pink line with felt tip to make it look a bit nicer. So I might do the same here. On this one, I might find a nice colour. Probably, oh, this looks nice. I've got a bright pink here. So I might do the same again. Just go around the outside of the ear. And then it looks really nice. Whoop. See that? 1. And the other one. And I just had another idea what I might do on the inside of the ears also. There you go. You got this far? 2 ears like that? You don't have to do the coloured line if you want, but I think it looks quite nice. Or you could even colour in the white bit, couldn't you? Make it really funky. I'm going to draw something inside my bunny's ears. I wonder if you can guess what these are. What do you think these are? I drew some Easter eggs. And in the middle of my Easter eggs, I'm going to do a little line as if they're going to crack open any minute now. Ooh, look. What do you think? Ah, that's nice, isn't it? You could do that too if you like, because we're just making the most fantastic bunnies. So we can do whatever we like on our bunnies, can't we? Brilliant. Now, so we've got the head, check. Got the nose, check. 2 ears, check. What else is there? Oh, and we've got the eyes as well. Now, what are these? Whiskers, aren't they? So I was thinking, I don't know where I've put it now. Oh, yes, here. I've got some scrap paper in turquoise, this colour. So I thought I could make some turquoise whiskers. How about you? I'm sure you've got some paper there, like different coloured papers, or if not, you can use your white paper and choose any colour you like and take a crayon or a felt tip and just colour a little patch in like this, and then you could just cut that out into whiskers, couldn't you? Let me show you. So if you've just done a little shape like this, it's sort of as long as my finger. There. You could just cut that out, chop, 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 and then make it neat at the ends, so nice and straight at the ends. And then you can just do the same again there. And then just cut it in half. And then that actually looks like whiskers too. Like this, doesn't it? Just little thin strips of paper that you've coloured in any colour you wanted to. So that's great. So I'm going to do turquoise ones with my funky bunny. So if you have a piece of paper like this, that's quite easy. We just cut along, don't we? This is the outside, and we just cut along the outside. Try to do it fairly straight, but if it gets a bit wonky, it doesn't matter. See, I'm going all the way up. Snip, 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 all the way up. There. And it's quite thin. It's thinner than my finger. Like that. That's one whisker. And another one. I'm going to do, I think I might do 3 of those. Because they're really long, and then we can just cut them in the middle. Whoop. 2 long strips, and 1 more. There we are. Very good. Brilliant. Shall I tell you one more thing about bunnies? They are very sociable, and that means they really love spending time with their friends, a bit like you probably. You're all sociable, aren't you? You love spending time with friends and family, don't you? Of course you do. So, yes, so bunnies are like that, and they live in large groups, and those groups are called colonies. Colonies. Try saying that. Very good. Colonies. And they live, so bunnies live under the ground, don't they? They dig little tunnels or little holes, and they live there. And those tunnels that they dig are called burrows. Can we say that? Burrows. Very good. Now look, I chopped my 3 long bits of whiskers in half. So then now I've got quite a good amount of whiskers. Brilliant. So I'll put them to the side. And I think we've got all the pieces now. So it's nearly all dry. I'm still waiting for my egg box, for my face to dry a little bit. Is it the same for you? Is it just a little bit wet still? But we're getting there, aren't we? Can't wait to stick it all together. See what our bunnies look like. So while we're waiting, I found a lovely little bunny story. And it's all about this one here. Nut brown hair. It's called Guess How Much I Love You. Lots of you probably know this story by Sam McBratney, and the pictures are by Anita Jerem. Let's find out. I just thought, what can we read to do with bunnies? And this book is so beautiful. Little Nut Brown Hare and Big Nut Brown Hare were down by the river on a summer's day. Bit like a summer's day outside here today too. On a summer's day, there are colours everywhere. Which blue do you like best? Asked Little Nut Brown Hare. Big Nut Brown Hare didn't know. There were so many lovely blues. I think, maybe the sky. Big Nut Brown Hare looked across the river. There were grasses and ferns and tall plants swaying in the breeze. Which green do you like best? He asked. Little Nut Brown Hare began to think. Put on your thinking faces, everyone. But he didn't really know. So many lovely things were green. Maybe the big leaves, he said. Now it was Little Nut Brown Hare's turn to pick a colour. He spotted a ladybird and some poppies. What's your favourite red? He asked. Big Nut Brown Hare thought about red things. Think about red things, everybody. But it was too hard to choose just one. I think those berries, he said. Big nut brown hare nibbled a dandelion leaf. Nom 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 nom. Start nibbling, everybody. Nom 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 nom. Which yellow do you like best? There were so many yellows. Little nut brown hare even saw some yellow buzzing about. How could a possibly choose? Maybe these flowers, he said. Those beautiful daffodils. Excuse me. Then little nut brown hare began to smile. Smile, everyone. Show me your most beautiful smiles. He looked at big nut brown hare and said, which brown do you like best? And big nut brown hare smiled too. There were many, many lovely browns, but one was the best of all. Which one was it? Which is the best brown? Of course, nut brown. Ah, that's a nice story, isn't it? There. Now, and I think just perfect timing to assemble, which means to put together our bunnies. Shall we have a go? So take your egg box and your glue stick. Now what we have to do here, and also your nose. So we have to put lots of glue at the bottom of this, bottom of the nose there. Oh, it is a bit messy this, but it will be worth it when we've got our lovely bunnies, won't it? Oops. You know what I'm just thinking about? I wonder if you know which one is the most famous bunny in the whole world. Actually, a rabbit called Bugs Bunny. It's a cartoon. And I bet your mummy and daddy know it. They probably watched it when they were your age. Probably don't hear so much about it now. But he's a very famous bunny. Bugs Bunny. There, so there's the nose. And I've put lots of glue around the bottom of it. Then I'll take my box and I have to see where it goes. So it sort of goes at the bottom of this box, doesn't it? So here's the bottom of it. I'm going to stick it on like that, hoping that it'll stay. Give it a good squeeze. Oops, not in the middle there. Give it a good squeeze and try to count till 5 maybe. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Now, if yours is like mine, a little bit wet still, we have to be careful. But hopefully it will stick. So the next thing I'm going to stick on is my eyes. My 2 eyes. Bit of glue on the back. See? Glue on the back. There, 1. Pop. Oh, this is nice. It's getting good. Beginning to look good. And then the other one. 2. Whoop. There. Pop. Perfect. That's that. Let me show you. Now the ears. See how useful it is to have this old cloth. I would really suggest you do that like me each week. It's brilliant. Now, the ears are here, aren't they? So they obviously need to go at the back. And what we'll do, fold them over at the bottom a bit. Just give them a little fold like that. And you see, just fold them a little bit. Fold them as sort of thick as your finger. Like that. And then the other one, we'll give it a little fold. There. Perfect. And then on the folded bit, which is sticking up now, we'll put the glue. So press quite hard with your glue stick. I've got quite a lot of glue on here now. And the other one as well. So quite a bit of glue. There. Whoops. There. See that? And then pick up your boxes and stick in, how can I show you the rest? So in there, in this part of your box, put the bit with your glue. See, and then it's bending over. You see? You might, with this bit, ask your adult for a little bit of help. You can, so then it looks like this. And the other one as well, because in there, press, you sort of stick it under, it's stuck under this bit now, isn't it? There. Oh, my nose fell off. Now the same might happen to you. Don't worry, we'll stick it back on. So we've got it, this is what it looks like from the back. And in here, I'm actually going to put a little bit of masking tape, or if you have sticky tape, whatever you have, I think that would really help. I'm just going to do that now. Oops, one bit here. I like masking tape because you can just rip it like that. It's brilliant, isn't it? I think it's absolutely fabulous. There. So that will help it stick. Great, so these are the ears. Obviously, they're not quite dry yet. These are the ears. Now, the nose is a bit tricky. Again, I think it's because the box is not quite dry yet, but we will keep trying, won't we? There. Lots of glue on it. There, and then we'll squeeze it on. So lots of glue, and we'll squeeze it on. Look, upside down bunny. Upside down bunny. Excuse me. And then while we're waiting, get your little snips of whiskers and we can stick them at the sides. So a bit of glue on this side and a bit of glue on this side. And just pop your whiskers on. So for 1, 2. How many have you got for each side? I've got 3. Like this. 1, 2, 3. And then the other one. The other side. 1, 2, and 3. Brilliant. Perfect. There. So all we need now, brilliant, those 2 little teeth sticking out, those little rabbit teeth. Can you see on this one? There. So they're just sort of 2 triangles, aren't they? So you can just draw, if you want, just draw around your finger. Again, if you want, you can do the folded trick. Get a little square or rectangle of paper, just like this. Fold it over corner to corner, just like that. And then just draw around your finger. Fingers are so good to draw around. Just draw around it like this. Like that. And then if we cut that out, that should look like 2 bunny teeth. So leave it together because then straight away we'll have 2, won't we? Up, across, and down. Snip, snip, snip. Whoops. There. And then we've got 2 bunny teeth. There. So I'm going to I'm putting a little bit of glue on the top of one of the teeth, just a bit right here at the top, and then sort of stick the other one on top like that, so it almost looks a bit like a pair of trousers. There. And then just again put a little bit of glue at the top there, and then stick it on. Let's stick it on here. I'm going to stick it into the nose like this, and then it looks really good. There. See that? That really makes it look like a bunny now. Ta-da! Brilliant. Now, the only other thing that I've got on this one are these beautiful eyelashes, because this is a bunny girl. I made a girl. You might have made a boy. girls beautiful eyelashes, don't they, the bunnies? So I don't know, you could draw them or you could cut up bits of paper and stick them on. What do you think? What are you going to do? I don't know. I might just draw them on. But then I've got this nice paper here, this nice turquoisey bit. If you have some nice coloured paper lying around, you could just do what I'm doing. Just cut a little bit out and just do a few little paper strips, just like that, and then we can just stick them on like beautiful eyelashes. If you are making a bunny lady, you might be making a boy. Whoops, there. But they have eyelashes too, of course, don't they? Maybe not quite as long. So look, I'm just putting a bit of glue above the eyes here. Bit of glue. And on the other side too. And then take my little paper strips that I've just cut. And I'll just put them on. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. And again. Look, does look quite good, doesn't it? But you could also do it in black and just draw them on, or any other colour, in fact. Depends on what colour your box is. The main thing is that it shows up. We want to be able to see it, don't we? There. Whoop. Do you know what? There are so many rabbits, so many bunnies in the UK where we live, in our country. There are about 45 million. Now that is a lot. We can't even imagine that. It's so many rabbits. It's unbelievable. That's why we see them a lot, don't we? Especially when we're going to the countryside, to fields, we see them, don't we? Ah, beautiful. The only other thing that I just thought we could do, you know, bunnies have those little freckles, don't they, around their noses. So what we could do, I think would be quite nice. We could just do pop, pop. Oh, with a black pen. Let me just do it and then show you. See that? I've just done lovely little freckles there. Oh, how cute. I'm enjoying this. I hope you are too. Lovely. You could make one for each member of your family if you wanted to. There. Brilliant. And if you wanted to, you could even make little carrots and cut them out and stick them on them. Oh, the possibilities are endless of all the things you could make. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, everybody. Here's mine. Whoop, whoop. And I can't wait to see yours. So please ask your adult to send him some pictures of your bunnies. Okay? Well done for today, everybody. Shall we finish off with a nice song? Yes, we love a sing-song at Planet Art, don't we? So here's my bunny joining in. Little Peter Rabbit, I call him for this song. Who knows that song? Little Peter Rabbit. Anybody? Right, if you do know it, join in after 3, and otherwise we could sing it twice, couldn't we? 2, 3, 4. Little Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his nose. And he swished it and he swooshed it and the fly flew away. Powder puff and curly whiskers. Powder puff and curly whiskers. Ooh, powder puff and curly whiskers. And he swished it and he swooshed it and the fly flew away. Now a bit faster. Little Peter Rabbit got a fly upon his paw. Little Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his paw. Little Peter Rabbit's got a fly upon his paw. And he flicked it and he flacked it and the fly flew away. Powder puff and curly whiskers. Powder puff and curly whiskers. Powder puff and curly whiskers. And he flicked it and he flacked it and the fly flew away. Yay! Well done, everybody. Now have a lovely rest of the day and thank you for joining. And please send me in the photos of your lovely bunnies. Well done for today. Bye. Have a nice rest of the day. Bye.
Flying through outer space is where we love to be. We float inside our rocket ship, it's zero gravity. Join us on our mission.